Welcome back to Flying Dutchman Cards and the next episode of the 1989 Topps Retrospective, where we break it all down for you. So today we're going to be looking at the Team Leaders subset. My brother Doug is going to be sharing all of his design insights. I'm going to be sharing some memories. It'll be a good old time. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, next up we have the team leader card. So these acted as, there's basically one card per team. And just kind of highlighting a thing. And then on the back it had, different batting leaders or, home run leaders or whatever on the back of the card. So what were your thoughts about these ones, Doug?
I like that they kept the same team name element.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm okay too with them changing the orientation.
Right.
Kind of mix it up. You know that this is a different type of card. This isn't a player card.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they really fell down adding this like gradient thing on the white blurring. Like you don't have the line anymore. You don't have the color, the team color around it. You just have this really random, like, glowing thing. And so out of probably the whole set, these are, like, the subsets that I dislike the most, or I do not like the most.
Yeah.
Just because, like, this one, like, you obviously have, behind these two players, you have the wall, the outfield wall, and for some reason they just cut in like these like scallops.
Right. It's like, is there two ads there that they cut out? Or like, I mean, this is before they even add ads like really on outfield.
So it just seems like a missed opportunity. Like if they had kept the same borders, these would have looked really nice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, a lot of these photos are some of the best photos of the set too, at least as far as action photos go.
Yeah.
And you have cool ones where you see more than one player.
Right.
I think it adds it too. Like, so if you were collecting catchers, here's two catchers.
Right.
On this card type of thing.
Yeah.
Or if you're,
Or like here, it's like, this is Gary Carter. So it's like, it's really, it's not a Gary Carter card, but it's like you get to see another picture of Gary Carter, which is pretty cool.
that's where I don't, some are better than others. Like if you go to the next one, the Mets one, this one isn't too bad.
Right.
But it's like, why, I don't know why they dipped out right there.
Right. It's like the little heart,
I imagine it was probably blurred out just like the rest of the background was. So you're not.
Right. Yeah, it's out of focus, so it didn't really.
So those are my thoughts. Do you have any other thoughts on these ones?
Yeah, I like the part where there's like these ones. I mean, there's a lot of ones where they kind of, it seems like they purposely put another, like the opponent in there, and so it's just cool because you could see like this one with Boston, but then like the home Athletics, it just kind of pops. It just has a kind of a different color, and they can.
Yeah, that's interesting that they didn't put. Yeah, some of these photos are interesting too. Like,
right?
If you go back. So it's like this guy hit a home run. He might be the Giants' home run leader, but it's you got a nice shot of the third base coach.
Yeah. Wearing 42.
It's like you're collecting baseball cards.
Yeah. Also, this one coming up, it's like the primary person of this picture, is the Bat Boy. With no number on the back, and then it's like, why does he have a dirt stain? Was he sliding in between innings or something?
He had to go all over the field, so he was just like dirt along the way.
It's like, what? Yeah, and like some of these, like this is a spring training card. He's got some awesome strips. This is actually great Gagne. Which is cool. But like this, it's like this is a giant.
Yeah, that's a lot of real estate you're losing.
Yeah.
Now this one, I could tell you could tell when they're selecting this photo that they want to include the ball because they're like, oh, we got a ball in this shot. We should make sure to include it.
Right.
But how they cropped it, you're losing the mitt behind the Twins.
Right.
So
it's like
there's some room. Like I don't know. obviously, 21 years after this set came
Right.
out. But
31.
if you could have cropped it so that his hat is a little closer to the top, you might have been able to see the glove, which I think would have added some
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, you have the away uniforms.
Right. Well, but this
You
is
don't
funny.
even have. This looks like a card from like a Wheaties box or something,
Right.
where there's no
logos.
no hat logos.
Right. But also too, like, so this is the Mariners. We go back to the White Sox. Is that the same game? Is this against? This is could be the same play, right? Like,
oh yeah, totally, it could be.
right? I mean, like, I can't quite tell, but like, it's LE. I'm assuming that's like could be Dave Valley. Like, we'll have to do some digging. But like,
go back
to the Mariners.
the Mariners one.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's the same. It's like click.
Right? Okay. There's this guy in kind of in a black. There's this guy with the there's this kid with a thing there. Let's see if we can see him. Oh, it's a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
It could be different.
I imagine it's the same game.
Right. Yeah. Let's say that those are the two plays at the plate.
But even if you contrast these two, like, so the Topps is in the exact same spot. For some reason, this one they're like, oh, let's make sure we got a white triangle chopped out of it.
Right. Yeah. Like this one, just leave it. Like, do the big border. Just leave it like that.
Even if they had like this, I don't think it would be as bad. You know what I mean? You have this soft shade around it. All right, like that's fine. It's just like the random, like, okay, look at 579 there.
Yes.
Awful. Like that's like there's no reason for that.
Yeah, that's so much white.
Like,
It's
why would
like
you have the Topps in white if you did it on black on the white spot on like 459 there.
Right. Yeah.
So these are the ones I don't like the most.
Yeah. We'll cruise through the rest of these. Mike Schmidt, that's a nice one. I
like that. I like the powder blue away uniforms. There's the Royals one is nice.
Yeah. Greg Maddux there.
See, like that's
that's Jamie Moyer. Sorry, that's Jamie Moyer. Left-handed.
That's a nice photo. That's perfect for like landscape.
Right. But just bump it out, Yeah.
It's like I know how to do this in Photoshop, but I don't like why.
Yeah.
It's like maybe how to do Photoshop, and then they had it.
Maybe we should go back and make a new set of these and put in the borders and just to see what it looks like,
That'd be nice. Oh wait, go back. Oh, this is something you pointed out. The Astros away uniforms were like cream.
Right. Yeah. So
because it looks like they're both wearing
home uniforms.
There. That one's kind of cool. I mean, go back. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hit or miss with these photos. Like, it could be a cool photo, but you don't see anybody's face.
Right.
And maybe this is also part of the challenge of making cards. The time frame where we only have photos of these guys that were actually on the team, and maybe this pitcher isn't on the team anymore, but you don't see his number, his name, or his face.
Yes, it's like perfect. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
So
I like this one because it's got you see McGuire there, and they're obviously doing the Bash Brothers thing.
Right. The steroids are over here in the corner. No big deal. This is an awesome one because it has Hershiser and Socha on it.
Yeah,
you see both of their names, like 88 World Series champions. Like this is an awesome card, even though shortcomings.
It's not an action shot, but if it's going to be like the leaders, you have obviously Hershiser as a leader, and it's kind of like these leaders cards are kind of like the checklist card. It's kind of like a bonus card anyway. So if you're going to have a photo of guys standing around at the pitching mound, it kind of fits the theme of the card.
Right. So this one may be making an appearance later on in this series, but this one is awesome because it has Tony Gwynn sliding. So like to me, it's like this is like a Tony Gwynn card because it's like I can see his number. It's legit, you know what I mean? But it's
Tony Gwynn at this time is obviously 10 times cooler than probably. I mean, I guess you had Bonds and what's his name?
Bonilla.
Bonilla
Bobby Bonilla. Yeah.
on
Bobby
the
Bo.
Pirates at the time, but the Pirates aren't going anywhere.
Right. Yeah. Especially in '89. 90, 91, they were good, but '89 they were.
If we had, wait, go back one more thing. If we had like superhuman ability, like or that supercomputers zoom in, I have a feeling that sweatband is the ones where they had the players' faces on it.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
Do you remember those?
I don't remember. Oh, maybe. But it's like pixel art kind of thing.
It was like a caricature almost, or like a little portrait
Oh, okay.
of the actual player.
That's awesome.
I feel like that might be what it is because I feel like that time there's a lot of players with that. Maybe totally wrong, but
Yeah.
that's a big old sweatband.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then another A catcher makes it there. I think that might be Rob Deere. You go on and on about him.
That's a nice that's
a good action shot.
Perfect one. Like you've got an action shot, you got the home jersey, the catcher's in the shot, but it's not
primary
focus of it,
Yeah.
You got a nice follow through. Any card with Bo Jackson.
Yeah. This has got to be the best one. I mean, in the powder blue, Bo Jackson making
the powder blue against the powder blue wall. It's very powder blue. They somehow took a chunk of the card out, so you're only getting. I feel like we should get a refund for some of these cards. I go for white space, but there's like too much white space.
Right.
It's also interesting the number of these cards where you're not seeing the hat, like the hat emblem logo. You're not seeing the anything on the chest or anything. So it's interesting.
Maybe the Topps photographers were freelancers and they were selling them to Wheaties, later on. They're like, hey, this works great for multiple. So.
That's true. They don't want to spend the money on airbrushing a lot of trademarks out of the shot.
Yeah. That wraps up our look back at the team leaders subset. Go ahead and post a comment. What was your favorite team in 1989? And also, did they have an awesome team leader card? Was it the Royals and Bo Jackson with their royal blue uniforms? Or maybe it was the Pirates and your favorite player was Tony Gwynn, and therefore it worked out perfectly. So let us know what you think, and stay tuned for our next episode. We're going to be looking at the All-Star subset, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.